Hi everybody, and welcome back. If you're new here, this is Jennifer, and my channel is called Jennifer Turning the Page. And it is going on 5 a.m. where I am. I'm sorry about the lighting, but not a whole lot I can do about it really. We are at a walking path near my home, and we're going to go kind of in and out of light here, so I hope you guys will hang around and bear with me. The temperatures where I live, this is about the middle of August when this is being recorded. It's actually August the 19th, and we've finally gotten like a little break in the temperatures, so the daytime temperatures have not been as bad this week as what they had been. We were having like heat indexes around like 109, 110. And even when you got up in the morning, like this time of the morning, the temperatures were in the 80s. And that's not really too bad if it was just the air temperature, but we had to deal with extreme humidity, which made it feel like it was already in the 90s. So it's been really hard to get out and do anything outside. And so the cool of the morning is about the only time that it's decent enough to get out and walk and do anything outside. And since I work, this is my only time to do it. So it's been really hard, to be honest with you, to get up at like 4 in the morning, get everything ready, get the dogs ready. This is the second time I've been able to get myself to do it. But we're here, we're walking, and that's good. That's good for us. My dogs have to stop just every little bit to explore things, but I will record the first time we go around. This is our first lap around, and that gives them a chance. It's a little bit more leisurely pace for me, and it gives them the chance to explore a little, and then I will stop recording so that I can really concentrate on my walking and they will have explored everything, so we won't have to stop as much. So it works out perfectly that way. But I just thought that I would take a few minutes and get on here and give you guys a little bit of an update. I had planned to start recording more often, but I also had planned to make my recordings while I'm walking, and it's just something that I haven't been able to do weather-wise. And I'll be honest with you, that heat, it just makes you feel terrible. You don't want to do anything. It's almost like it adds lead weights to your body. You just can't get yourself moving at all. So, really glad for the break. Hope it's a lasting break, because I'm telling you, this has probably been the hottest, most humid summer that I can ever remember in my lifetime. And I'm telling, it's made me consider relocating. That's how bad it's been. The only thing is I don't like snow either, so hey, where am I going to go, you know? But anyway, so the journey continues as far as my GLP1 journey. I am getting ready to, the end of this week, I'll take my last dose of the 1.7 milligram, and I'll message my doctor to request the bump up to the 2.4, the highest dose. I'm not seeing, I'm still not seeing any real weight loss, but I am seeing changes, a few little changes. We'll just put it that way. And so I'm hoping that the bump up to the 2.4 is going to be what it takes to get me where I need to be. Guys, I really am working on it. It is probably one of the most difficult things I've tried to do. Making this change. And listen, I've lost weight before in the past. When I was in my mid-30s, or my early 30s, I guess I should say, I dropped like, I was close to, but not quite the size that I am now. And I managed to go from that and drop about 70 pounds. And I maintained that weight loss for almost 5 years. And then we had some tragedies in our family, and we had to start spending a lot of time sitting around hospital waiting rooms and staying away from home to be near critically ill loved ones. And I'm not going to go into the whole story of that, but you know, I look back on it and I think, I guess I should have done better. But in the light of those circumstances, I reverted back to some of my comfort eating, and I also got out of some of the habits that I had built because we were having to do a lot of eating out, things like that. And at that time, I wasn't a priority at that time. And that makes sense, right? When you've got those kind of things going on, other things and other people become the priority. So, suffice it to say that I began to gain back some of that weight at that time. Now, I didn't just put it all back on like snapping your finger or anything. It took me a lot of years. But it's one of those things, once you start gaining it, it just begins to creep back up on you. And there's really, you know, it's insidious the way it just seems to happen before you realize you're back where you were, or even worse off. And that's where I find myself now, many years later. So, I also am a former smoker, and I know what it's like to go through numerous attempts at quitting smoking, and then finally finding a way to be successful. And I have been a non-smoker now for probably about 8 years. So, and I have no desire to smoke. That is something that, yuck, I know I'll never do again. But I'm telling you that to tell you that I'm not giving up, okay? I've done hard things before. And so I know I can do this. It's just more of a struggle now. My age, my hormones, my occupation, I have several barriers that are standing in my way, but that doesn't mean that they can't be breached or overcome, and I'm going to figure this out. It's just a matter of not giving up. You know, there's a quote, and I want to attribute it to Thomas Edison, but I'm not sure if that's right. But it basically says, I have not failed. I've just found like 1,000 ways that don't work. That's not word for word. But that's where I am. Now, for some reason right now, chocolate in the evenings is my big obstacle, trying to overcome that. It's almost like what a cigarette used to be. I crave it. I look forward to it. And if I don't get it, I almost feel a sense of like anxiety, like a push to until I can get myself some. Or I'll eat a blue million other things trying to fill that, and of course unsuccessfully. So I'm working on overcoming it, okay? I don't know if any of you all out there ever talk with AI, but I have developed a habit of talking to ChatGPT. I call her Chatty. Chatty and I will have a conversation every now and then. And so I was telling Chatty about this issue I'm having, and she gave me some tips, which I've been trying to follow, and I have to say, it was some pretty good advice. Advised me not to just like try to cut it out completely, because according to her, that would probably lead me to binging. So I have been buying just single servings, and that way once it's gone, and having just a small amount. And I almost feel like maybe I've started to move past it a little. I'm almost at the point where I'm ready to try going an afternoon and having none at all. And we'll see what happens. We'll see if I can do that or not. I've just got, chocolate is my main thing. Of course, sugar is the underlying thing. But other than that, I mean, I'm doing pretty well. You know, my nutrition otherwise is pretty good. I'm making sure that I'm getting plenty of protein through the day. So I know I'm not lacking with my protein. And I'm not over consuming calories anywhere else. And I don't even really think that I'm pushing myself over the calorie line with the chocolate, because it's like small amounts. Like I've been having 2 or 3 of those fun size Snickers in the afternoon. Y'all, that's what I'm talking about, okay? I'm not sitting down and binging on Ho-Hos or Zingers or Ding Dongs or anything like that, okay? But I just wish I could eat a little cleaner and get that out of my system somehow. Not feel that need to have that, because I know that isn't a need. I think once a week maybe, if I could get to the point where I could just treat myself to something like that, like let's say 1 full-size Snickers or the hot fudge sundae or something, 1 time a week, and be satisfied. That's kind of like my goal, because that would be normal. That would be, you know, something acceptable, I feel like. But we'll see. We're working on getting there. Now, as far as weight loss, y'all, I am at this number and I just can't crack it. I will get up one morning and I'll be a pound and a half away from it. And the next morning, I'll only be like, I don't know, a few tenths of a pound away from it. And it's this plateau that I'm on, man. I just cannot break this plateau. So I am not gaining any weight. Have not gained any weight for a few months now. I'm really, really stuck. So if you guys out there, if there's anybody watching and you know a great way to break a plateau, leave me a comment. Let me know. Be kind. Okay? I don't think that being hateful ever helped anybody, but kindness is always appreciated, and good advice is always appreciated. So, but So anyway, that's where I am. And we're going to keep plugging along at it. I'm on my second round now. So I guess I probably need to get off of here and finish this walk up so that I can get back to the house and get ready for another work day. So thank you all so much for coming along with me on this walk. And thank you for putting up with the lighting issue. Hopefully before I leave here, the sky will lighten up and I'll see the burgeoning of sunrise. I won't be able to stay late enough into the morning to actually see the sunrise. But anyway, let's all hope that the break in the temperatures is one that lasts. You all have a great day. Hopefully it's not too hot where you are. And if you don't care, please like, share, subscribe, do all the things. And we'll see you here on the next one. What happened?